You so much, guys. I think it's 6 months or 7 months since I was here last. So it's a great privilege to be back again, although I have to leave at 1, no matter what. So I was going through the messages or the WhatsApp group. Have not been there for a while, a long time. And I realized people are going through hard times everywhere here. And my word of encouragement to you, those challenges, don't take them for granted. God brings them on your way to be a better person. So be encouraged. And me, not an exception. I also go through the same. Now, I want to thank God because recently we had a funeral at home and I had the opportunity to see my dad. The last time I saw him was like 9 months ago when I went to the funeral for my mother-in-law, and he portrayed an image of a strong person, and he gave a speech, a very moving speech. But this time he could not speak even for 5 minutes standing. Then it clicked in my mind, maybe the end has come because it's 88 years. He was 87 and some days, but now he's 88. Now I'm here charged to beseech you in whatever way you can participate, in kind, in cash, in prayers, to help me celebrate the first birthday for my dad. And this is gonna be done. Now, if you have been following on my messages, some people call me crazy. I post some messages, and the reason why I post these messages, Lifesource Church for All Nations is part of my history. Wherever I go, whatever I write down, Lifesource Church for All Nations cannot miss. Now, as I understand right now, there are several members of Lifesource Church for All Nations in Kenya. Please, can you empower those people so that we have a representation in my father's birthday, the 88th birthday. My mom was here for 2 years when she was sick, and when she went back home, she marketed this church. This church is known in my village more than myself, because the favor of God that went upon your hearts to enable my mom go through such a procedure. So it will quite not go well if Lifesource Church name or as a church is not represented in this celebration, because I don't know. Maybe this is the last celebration will happen with him. Now, I've interacted with many cultures, and I've adopted a culture of celebrating people when they are still alive, as opposed to our culture of celebrating people when they are dead, they can't hear. And this is the first one that is happening in the whole of my village. Apart from that, I think God has enabled me that it is now time to go back home in a couple of years. The only thing making me to stay here is my children whom I want to see through college. The reason being, I'm taking a little bit long, but I'm ending in the next 2 minutes. In the next 2 minutes, I'm done. The reason being, when I came here, I spent the better part of my life here. 11 years out of the 14 years I've been here, hopping from one university to the other. What was I looking for? I was looking for an impactful knowledge that can change something in my country of Kenya. Fortunately or unfortunately, that impactful knowledge is within my custody. I refused to publish it. We disagreed with our professors because they never contributed anything, and I didn't want them to take credit for what they have worked for. And due to the disagreement, I told them, you can take your PhD, and I go away with my technology. That is why I graduated in advanced instead of a PhD when I was very close. I was very close to the graduation. And since I was on full scholarship with stipend, there were things that were still there, money that was to be refunded. But the grace of God touched the heart of the president of my university, who was here sometimes, and waived over $200,000 that were given to me. These are things that I can't take. Now, on top of that, I was favored to be taken by the Air Force Research Lab under DOD to go and test my technology. It worked so well and they liked it. They wanted me to go back and finish, but unfortunately, time is not on my side. It is now time to use this and create an impact at my home. When that is done, we can come back. Now, what am I talking about? Before I came to the United States, I was a high school teacher. And then when I switched my profession to data science, now in my technology, I'm in the middle between the two professions. So in Japan, we have teachers, robots teaching in classrooms. In Kenya, you take that in Kenya, there's strike. They say you are taking away our jobs. Now, the teacher at home is using a chalkboard. When you bring that here to the United States, the student will say, oh, I'm suffering from allergies. The parent will sue them because of the chalk. Yeah, so that brings the difference. Now, my technology is in the middle. We want to bring the robot on board, but robot will never replace teachers to teach. And we want to bring the analog teacher in Kenya on board so that the American kids do not say there's allergy. So that is what in the middle. And what do I mean by this? Teachers spend a lot of time making lesson plans, mark sheets, marking schemes, setting questions, etc. Now, that will no longer be there. It will be automated. Instead of spending 3 hours, just spend 3 seconds. Another one that, and we are tailoring to the CDC. And another one, if you are in America here, I will share the free version of my work. You can try it. I'll put it on the wall there. Try it for yourself. Now, I'm now coming out with a better version of that to make sure the mamamboga or the hustler does not, it reduces the cost of education for the mama hustler. Now, the problem is this. It can be rejected in my country of birth. There's no problem. It was not made for Kenya. It was made for Africa. I just moved to the next country. Amen, and see if it can work. So amen. These are the things that I want you people to pray for me. There's a lot going on when I'm not here physically, but spiritually I'm here. So that's it. I don't want to take much more time. And take this opportunity as an official invitation to my father's first and maybe last birthday. Apart from celebrating his birthday, Mama Lilian usually tells me something here, but touches my heart. She's not here. I wanted to say when she's here. In our household, the head of the family has always been my mother. And our father has supported our mother throughout. And everything in our family and the thing that we have achieved is through the peaceful operation environment that has been created by my dad to allow my mother to lead. Why is this important? The young people are struggling in their marriages. They don't want their wives to lead them. We want to show this through this function to the whole world that even women can lead and men feel respected and dignified to achieve the family goals. So that's why I'm inviting you. God willing, if we get funding, we will transmit it live so you'll be able to watch from here, America. And if we don't, we're going to record it. And I assure you, it's going to be beautiful. Amen. And educational. Thank you so much for being here. The cake is here. The cake is here. In case the service does not end before I participate in the cutting of the cake, please cut it on my behalf and send me a video. Okay. Send me a video. Otherwise, I have to leave at 1. Thank you so much.